Hey everyone, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So what are we doing today? Today I'm going to be talking through a bunch of books and bookish things that have been giving me a lot of joy lately. So I think it will be yesterday for you all, but I put up a free library video. And that was in honor of my children's, I don't know what Harry is doing. I can hear his little collar just tinkling back there, so please ignore that. He's playing with a toy, I think. Anyhow, Harry is my mini schnauzer who I love very much and gets into a lot of mischief and distracts me from video making, or from not really video making, from talking to you all, okay? Come on, Harry, get it together. I'm talking to my internet friends. Bookish things that have been making me happy. A couple of them are handmade items. One is from my mom, another is from a friend that I met through BookTube. And oh yeah, no, I was talking about the free little library. I'm gonna look back on my editing self and I'm gonna be like, Shelly, why can't you just get it together? My sons, they were out on spring break. They were out of school for spring break, and we decided to use one of those days to check out a bunch of little free libraries. And so I actually downloaded the Little Free Library app, and from there you can actually search quite a wide area and decide that the certain little free libraries can be your destinations, and you can basically plan a whole road trip that you can copy into Google Maps and then follow. And so that's what we did. We did a whole bunch of things. We went to the park, we got donuts, and then we followed a route to a whole bunch of little free libraries while we were like slightly out of town. We weren't directly in my town, we were in an adjacent town. So I'm going to be sharing the books that I picked up, a book that I bought from my library, from a library book sale, some gifts, and yeah. If this is your first time to my channel, then hi, welcome, I'm Shelly. I often put out slightly chaotic, a little bit all over the place videos, and this one is no different. Though I do have the ability to organize, okay? I do have the ability to organize a video. It's just not what always happens, all right? So this is life. This is a reflection of my life. Sometimes I'm very organized, and like today, I am not. So if you like both organized and disorganized bookish content, I would encourage you to subscribe and stick around. The first book I picked up, I actually got from my library. They sell books in the corner of the library, and so I picked this one up, and it is John Galsworthy, The Forsyte Saga. I don't know much about this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this was shelved in the small little classics section of the corner of the library that sells books, and I was drawn to it because it is an Oxford World Classics edition, and I was like, Oxford World Classics puts out some really good books. I have, actually most notably, I have Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell that I got recently. That is an Oxford World Classics. So I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And then I read the back, and it is a family saga set in Victorian times. And I was like, well, you know, it's a quarter. I'm gonna see if I like it. I'm gonna see if I get along with it. And you know, I've been telling people that I'm trying to stay away from mammoths lately. But yeah, this is yet another mammoth. So I don't know how soon I will get to this book, but we all know that soon in my world means in the next 5 years, especially if we're talking about books. So John Galsworthy, I hope you get along, and I hope we meet soon. The next book I picked up, I actually picked up because I am obsessed with this idea of pairs. I don't know why. For example, I have Marjorie Kinnan Rowling's book, The Yearling, which I want to read, but I also want to read the biography about Marjorie Kinnan Rowling that was published in 2021. And similar to this, I want to read The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, which is not the book that I picked up, but I picked up the journals of Sylvia Plath, and I was like, yes, I would love to read these together or side by side or in close proximity to one another. And I'm liking this idea of book pairings. What about you? Do you pair your books up? Do you pair them up in a way that your books are talking to each other? This next book I know we have owned at some point in our lives, and I'm wondering if it got donated. This is one of my husband's favorite books, and Sandy, I'm gonna link her channel down below. She read it recently-ish, in the last couple of months, and it is Tim O'Brien, The Things They Carried. I know a lot of people who read this really enjoy it, and this was one of my husband's favorite books when he was a youth. And he's always encouraged me to read it, but I just never have. But you know, since Sandy talked about it highly, then I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a book I want to read. Tim O'Brien, hopefully we will meet soon. If you don't know anything about the things they carried, it is a fictional story about the Vietnam War. And I think that it actually focuses on the things that the men carried, but of course it has a bigger and deeper meaning to it all. That's what I know about the book. Another book is definitely a wild card. I know basically nothing about it, and 2 words popped out, and I was like, that sounds like something I would like to read about. And this is Commute by Erin Williams. This is a graphic novel. It's in gorgeous condition, and it is an illustrated memoir of female shame. And the words that stuck out to me was the words female shame. And I even think that this cover is quite interesting because it looks like there are all these people looking out the window kind of gawking at this main caricature or this main person on the cover, and she's clearly wearing like no pants. And so I'm really wondering how she's gonna explore female shame, and if she's gonna maybe shed some light on the subject that I hadn't thought about or hadn't considered in that way. I need to also probably do a month of graphic novels. I'm starting to accumulate those as well. What am I not accumulating these days? This is what I'm not accumulating. This is one of the first that I've picked up, I think since I've been on BookTube, but that is Shakespeare's Macbeth. I read this in college, and I remember that I had to read it in college. I'm not sure how I got along with it. And I remember just needing to do the work and then being able to write about it afterwards, which you would think I would remember, but I don't remember that much about Macbeth. The final book that I picked up, it was kind of amazing because I've heard about this author all over BookTube and then some. She is a BookTube darling, in my opinion. A BookTube darling is somebody that just is very well loved on BookTube. And that's who I think of this author. And so when I found one of her books that is in gorgeous condition from a little free library, I was like, yes, I must pick that up. I must pick it up. And that is Sarah Waters. And this is her book, The Paying Guest. I often hear about Fingersmith, which is noted on the cover. I hear a lot about Fingersmith, and I haven't heard that much about The Paying Guest. I mean, Sarah Waters, she's like super well loved on BookTube, and I was like, I want to give her a try, and now I get to whenever I want because of a little free library. Actually, I wanted to show you all, but inside it says that this is never for sale, it's always for free. So inside it says always a gift, never for free, from the little free library, or, you know, it's got this stamp on it, and I just thought that is precious. And a couple of these books have that stamp, and that means that, you know, it's up to the person who takes it not to make a profit off of it or collect these books in order to just sell them online. That this book is intended for a little free library, and when I am done, I'm gonna give it back to a little free library. This next book I'm gonna talk about is actually a present from a friend on BookTube, someone that I actually talk to fairly often, and I really enjoy their company, and they sent me a book, and they sent me The Heroine's Bookshelf, and it's about life lessons from famous female authors. So the author decides to take inspiration from Lizzie Bennet in Pride and Prejudice, Anne Shirley from Anne of Green Gables, Francine Nolan from A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind, Scout Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, and, you know, Jane Eyre from Jane Eyre. And it was just so interesting because this has never really happened to me, but I picked up a book that is riffing on other books, and I've read all but, I think, 1 or 2 of the titles that she mentions. And so I was like, wow, that feels really, really good. I have read a couple of things, and so that at least all of the books that the author, Erin Blakemore, is referencing, and that just made me feel extra good. So a gift that made me feel even extra better. The next little fun item is definitely quintessential my mom. My mom is a very sentimental person. She's very crafty. She's very creative, and that's something that I love about her. And she's always like looking to make another person feel very special. And so she knitted me, this has been in the background of my videos, she knit me a bookmark. This is supposed to be a bookmark, and it is so cute. You can just stick it in. I'll show you. So you can you know, stick it in like that. So you have this guy. I mean, how cute is that, right? This has just been sitting on my bookshelf because it brings me joy just to look at it. And I thought this is just so precious and so sweet. And I've just been really enjoying it. The final very fun item that I have received recently was a gift from my friend Sonia, who I do a ton of buddy reads with. We're in a lot of groups together. And a while ago when we were, Sonia and I were reading Wolf Hall with a larger group, I've mentioned it before here on my channel a bunch, we decided to, this group of ours decided to call ourselves the Up to No Good Book Club because of something that Jolene from Bookworm Adventure Girl said. Anyways, the story is kind of convoluted, but basically I have this reading group and we call ourselves the Up to No Good Book Club. And so Sonia, she designed and sewed this canvas tote that says, "When I am not reading, I am up to no good." And she designed the layout and what it was gonna say. She did this collaboratively with one of her sisters. And then she, you know, this is like a book tote. And then on the inside, oh my gosh, it gets even better. On the inside, there is, here we go, come on. On the inside, there is this bookish paper. So if I can get, so on the inside, there is this bookish paper. On the inside, there is this bookish fabric, and it goes all the way down on the inside. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is just the best thing ever. And so I have it here. I have been loving on it, like looking at it lovingly, and like a little nervous to use it, but I just think it is the most precious and the most sweetest gift. I forgot to take it on a test run this morning because we did go to the library this morning, my son and I. But yeah, so you know, I haven't gotten to use it yet, or I haven't prioritized using it yet, but it doesn't mean that I love it any less because gosh, I mean, this is just one of the sweetest gifts I've ever received. But yeah, so that is it. That's it for me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.